This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Back to like speech class all of a sudden. Best we played all year, not even close. I was really concerned with Coach Foley having a week off to prepare for us. I knew it was going to be tough. It was. Their game plan to start the game really frustrated us, made us play. I thought we settled in. And from that point on, I thought that's as good as we played all year. An honor for us to play on a court named after Coach Foley. Y'all know the respect I have for him, our team has for him. So for us to come down here and play on the court right after it's been named for him, he's got a team that's going to do what Joe Foley's teams do. They're just going to keep getting better. And by the end of the year, I know this is going to be a good win for us.
What changed from the first? It was those first three possessions, 3 turnovers, 4 and 5.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it felt like something switched a little bit. I know there were probably more turnovers than you would have liked. But.
Definitely, yeah. That's not us. Turnovers is something that we, not only talk about but we work on. I didn't say a word. The team took it over. Mac and Sam, and they got together and they fixed it, and that's something the coach is really proud of because I didn't take a timeout. They fixed it. From that point on, it was a little better. We've obviously got to clear up what we're doing wrong offensively. I think we had 10 offensive fouls today, 9 or 10. We got to clear that up. That'll haunt us later on down. But that's a trademark of Coach Foley and Bobby and Steve and Cash. They do a great job. Their staff. A week off with those guys and film. It was scary. I think we made a few adjustments. We stopped setting as many screens and tried to play in the space. Get away from what wasn't working and go to something different. I think we continued to defend throughout it all, though, and I think that was the key. And we kind of have a compounding effect, a wearing effect on you, forced them to really work hard to get good shots, and then we rebounded it great. I mean, for us to only give up, 7 offensive rebounds on 44 missed shots, that was really pretty good.
You said that they were, but they, I guess. They had their opposite issues now, but was there anything particular that you guys were doing defensively?
Just trying to keep them in front of us and use our length, not be, if you start guessing against one of his teams, it's layups or open threes, and stop guessing. Just let the ball kind of dictate what we're doing. Use our size. We've obviously got that with this year. We've not had much size in the past, but anybody that walks in the gym, you see it immediately. So I think we played to some of those streaks. And then, Chrissy got really hot. Chrissy got going. We've been needing that. We've seen it in practice since the day she stepped on campus. It's just a comfort thing. We knew that once she made one, they were going to come in droves. And when our threes start going, we've traditionally always been a good get to the foul line team. We did that again tonight, but then the threes start going and that opens up your drives. Aaron had another really 5 for 5 game, 5 for 6, just missed one shot for right here in front of her hometown. I'm really proud for her.
Circling back, you were talking about the offense, and I was going to say it felt like, especially at least after halftime, when you know that streak when Chrissy got going and all that, it just got really crisp. What was when you guys were executing it?
It's really easy. I know the answer. As soon as you ask the question, I stopped calling plays. I was slowing us down. Max said, "Hey, coach, let's just go. Stop calling actions." So I learned a lesson. I was trying to dictate too much where it was going. And she said, "Hey, why don't you just let us play a few possessions here in a row?" And I should listen to Mac earlier.
Good. Joe said that, and he said he was glad you guys sort of backed off at least a little bit.
No.
What's it in terms of, what's it, you guys are friends. I know that.
We are.
Do you enjoy just being opposite against it?
No, I hate every second of the game. I don't ever like to play. He was nice to me back when I was a high school coach, and nobody else was nice to me. I didn't have nobody reason to be nice to me. And he gave me some great advice when he knew I wanted to be a young coach in college, and he was always friends with Coach Blair. He would go out of his way on the road to say something to me. And, we've carried that over to some friendly rivalries on the golf course. But I just, what he's done for the state of Arkansas, there was a number of years he had the best team in the state. And I'm talking about when he was at Tech. There was a time when his Tech teams were the absolute best women's basketball team in our state. And there were times when Arkansas Little Rock was the best team in the state. So, for him to empower young women when it wasn't necessarily the thing that a lot of people, a lot of schools were doing. He did. He set a standard for young coaches like me to see somebody that coached women's basketball and loved it, didn't do it because we couldn't coach men's basketball or couldn't coach in the NBA. We chose to empower young women. And he's just been a real standard for that, and his class and demeanor. I've said all the time, I want to be more like him on the bench where I just sat there. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Maybe when my two younger kids get a little older, I'll be able to, but I don't like the games. I like the lead up. I like the follow up. And if we've done anything, I hope we helped him prepare for a game he's going to win in the league. We all know they will, but I think it's important for us to continue to play the game, even though we don't like it personally.
The last thing I was going to ask, I know Callie had stuff, was just, you talked about this being the best game you guys have had.
Yeah.
You probably answered it in one of the things you talked about already, but of all the things that from today, what's the biggest thing that this team can carry forward, knowing that, okay, this recipe worked really well?
Just that we found, again, another way to go about doing it. It's not the same. It wasn't the same variables that helped us win the first 4 games. It took a different type of approach, and we continue to challenge our kids with going on the road and short turnarounds and things like that. Our kids just keep finding ways to answer. So I think that's what we carry with us. I know the day's coming to where the challenges that we keep facing them with will cost us probably a victory, but that'll be okay. We're not about that result. We're more about making sure that our processes and our systems are true to what we're going to do. And then you let the result take care of itself. That is by far the best we've shot it. It's by far the best we've done everything except that's the coaching, except turn it over. So.
Do we have any questions over here? Oh yeah, Dudley, you can go ahead.
Obviously, you got Thanksgiving coming up. What do you do to make it special when they're when they're away from home?
You talking about Thanksgiving? Sorry, I missed the first part of the question.
I said, obviously, you're away from home during this time. What do you do to make Thanksgiving still special?
Well, we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner. Just it'll be on a beach instead of around a adult table and a kids table. And a lot of people's families are coming with them. Our university was able to make it available for most of our families to be able to go. Most of us that will have family, and those that don't, will make our basketball family. We'll have a big meal. We'll treat it like it's right there at home, but just spending time together. And I'll let them, when we go to the Virgin Islands, I'm not that coach that says, hey, you can't go to the beach, or you can't get on a wave runner, or you can't go, swim with a stingray, or whatever we're going to do. Otherwise we'd go someplace that wasn't tropical. But we're going to go down there. We're going to have fun for a couple of days, and then we'll get turned back to business. 3 really different types of opponents, and it'll be another 3-game and 3-day challenge for us.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
Anyone else have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the second game you had in Central Arkansas, and you have another one coming up in North Little Rock. What does it mean to keep coming back here and to showcase your team in front of fans that might not go to Northwest Arkansas?
I grew up in the River Valley in Greenwood, and I used to have to drive the 71. So we couldn't get up there all the time. We could have gotten to Conway and had those games to play. So when the Board of Trustees and Dr. Broughton, who was here today, he was on the board when they allowed us to do it. I just thought it was a dream as a kid, a wish to see these games. And we had kids out there from Little Rock that probably won't get to come to Fayetteville that were here to see our kids, and they're going to cheer for Coach Foley the other games, and that's cool. I hope they will. My hopes is that our state someday has all 5 teams in the NCAA tournament. So I think that's why it's important we go to UAPB. We've been to Arkansas State. We're trying to work out an opportunity to go to Conway, and we'll play in Simmons again. There's Razorback fans all over the state. I want them to cheer for the Trojans on every game, and even against us. Cheer for us the rest of the way out. It helps everybody. And I think in our state, when we all kind of stick together and stay together, we can fight among ourselves, but just not outside. Great things happen in our state. So I think the 5 of us coaches, when we started talking about it, we just kind of want to be known for getting it started. And hopefully every coach that comes from now on will keep these things going. Because I think as bad as I hate to play against Coach Foley, I would rather play against him than some other school from some other state that it's just keep it in state and as much as we can.
Football is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. And as your continued source for all sports wagering info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events like MLB, MMA, tennis, boxing, and even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.